All right, so this is going to be the demo for the app that I'm submitting. And I wanted to kind of explain it because I felt like maybe it's not obvious what this is. So we're going to test it now so that you get to see what the idea is. And first of all, the idea is basically, imagine like a Love is Blind, but it's a dating app, or Omegle, but without the video, just audio. So you're basically doing random voice calls with people of the gender that you're interested in. So if I'm a straight man, then I will be connected with straight women that are within my age range or within my location, essentially. So if I press connection, start connection, when you guys pressed it in the last review, there was no one online, so obviously you didn't get connected with anyone. Okay, so what I've added now is that when you press start connection, it will load for like 30 seconds and then it will give you a message saying, there's no one online right now. Are you sure you want to stay here or do you want to go back? And then after 5 minutes more, another message will appear. Are you still sure that you want to stay here? That's also why the screen loaded for 40 minutes. It wasn't a bug, it was just that there was no one to connect to. So if we press start connection. All right, so now, as you can tell maybe, we are connected. Once we're in this call, you can see that the picture here is blurred, so we don't actually see who we're talking to right now. And there's a little progress bar down here and a countdown up here. So we get a 5-minute phone call where we don't see who we're talking to at first until at the end of this, when we're getting to about this point, then the picture becomes completely clear. It's no longer blurry. It slowly gets less and less blurry. But at the end, we see this is who we've been talking to. And the whole idea is that we talk first and then you see who you've been talking to. And my hypothesis is that on normal dating apps, you see pictures of people, so you're swiping right on people that you might not actually have a connection with if you were to actually talk to them. And you're swiping left on people that you might have had a connection with if you got to talk to them. So we're removing the people that we would have swiped right on that we actually don't have a connection with, and we're adding back in the people that we would have swiped left on that we actually have a connection with, if that makes sense. Or the whole concept kind of comes back to the idea that I think you can get to know a person more in a 5-minute phone call than you can over like a month of texting. But here you start talking on the phone, so you first of all hear this is that person, and then you get to see who it is, if it makes sense. If you genuinely feel like you have a connection when you're talking to someone, then maybe the picture will look better to you than it would have without that context. And that's the idea. That's why I think it's unique. I don't think it's like any other dating app. It's basically, you can press next here and you will get to the next person. You can press like, and if this person presses like as well, then we get a message, it's a match. You can press leave, you can report the user if you want to, if you felt like, okay, this wasn't good. You get a little bit like this are just some prompts here to like, what can you talk about in the conversation? And so if we press next now, then we get are you sure you want to skip this conversation? Yes, I want to skip it. And we're leaving that call. There's no one else available right now, but essentially you just get to the next one. And then you can keep going. And I've added these test users to the pool so that you as the reviewer can test the app out and kind of get a feel for it. Or there will be no one on the other end, which means that you won't have someone responding back to you. If that's important, I can definitely add that. There's no problem. Or it's a little bit difficult, but I can add it for sure. All of these users will not exist once the app is live. Obviously, these are just fake users, test users for you. It's not something that I'm going to keep in there afterwards. And then we can see in the app, we have a profile page, we have a matches page, and here we will get a list of all our matches. The idea is that there's no texting at all in the app. You're not able to text anyone. And if I want to, I can check, okay, this is that guy, this is who he is, and then I can press call, if I want to start a conversation, and I can only press call if he's online. So if I go offline, you'll see that he turns gray and the phone turns gray. So if I press it, nothing happens. But if he comes back online, I can press it again. And then we will get connected in a phone call, and I can press accept. And then we can have another conversation. And we get another 5 minutes to talk again here. So let's say that we have this conversation again and we still like each other, hang up. And now you get a little timer here that says that you're not allowed or you're not able to call them back until in 14 hours. The idea is you just get one phone call per day per match. And the thing is, I don't know how users will end up using this. I don't know if you've had 2 5-minute phone calls with someone, will you even stay on the app? I don't know. I kind of doubt that you would. So I don't know how many phone calls people actually need, but they get a certain amount of minutes every single month. If you go back to the start connection page, you can see your minutes, so minutes remaining, 46. And that's what you have remaining for that month. And you can distribute them however you want, whether you want to call your own matches or whether you want to connect with new users. But that's the idea. And I hope that this is unique enough for it to be approved. I've worked on it for a long time, for like a year, and all of it is live. It exists on YouTube, on this channel where you're seeing this video right now. So it's a genuine project, and it's something that I believe is unique.